I never wanted to go on that trip. 3 days in the mountains, just me and two friends. They said it'd be good for me. Fresh air, disconnecting. I didn't argue. I should have. The first night was fine. We set up camp near a stream, the kind of place people post on Instagram with a caption about finding themselves. I slept like garbage, but I always do. The forest was loud, the tent was cramped, but nothing weird happened. Not yet. The second day, we hiked deeper. No trails, just following a ridge that looked interesting on the map. By the time the sun dipped behind the trees, we had no choice but to make camp in a clearing that felt off. I ignored it. Didn't say anything. I should have. That night, I woke up needing to piss. The fire was just glowing embers, the forest around us pitch black. I stepped a few feet away from the tent and tried not to think about how alone I felt. That's when I heard it. Crunching leaves. Not an animal, too steady. Like footsteps, but slower. Careful. I froze. Waited. Held my breath. The sound stopped. I turned, scanning the trees. Nothing. Just dark shapes, the vague outline of branches. My eyes adjusted, and for a second I swore I saw something shift just at the edge of the firelight, a darker patch of dark. Gone when I blinked. I told myself it was a trick of the light, hurried back to the tent, and forced myself to sleep. Morning came, and I almost convinced myself it was nothing. Then I saw the tracks. Boot prints. Not ours. Too big. Too deep. They circled the campsite, weaving between trees, stopping just outside our tents. Then they just ended. No backtracking, no sign of where they went. Like someone had stood there watching and vanished. I showed the others. We tried to laugh it off. Maybe a hunter, maybe a lost hiker, but none of us really believed that. We packed up faster than usual. The third day was tense. We barely spoke. Kept moving, barely stopping. By late afternoon, we were making our way down the other side of the ridge, aiming for the road we left the car on. That's when we saw it. A tent. Not old, not abandoned, just wrong. A single gray tent, sagging like it had been there too long. No campsite around it, no gear. Just the tent, zipped shut. We should have left it alone. We didn't. One of us, maybe me, maybe one of them, I honestly don't remember, called out. Nothing. No movement. Just the wind through the trees. I don't know why I did it, but I reached for the zipper, slid it down, just a few inches. The smell hit first. Rot. Not just death, something worse. Meat left too long in heat. My stomach turned. I backed away. The others saw my face and didn't ask questions. We left. Fast. The hike down was a blur. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk at all until we were in the car speeding down the road, leaving the mountains behind. Even then, we just agreed. Never again. I don't know what was in that tent. I don't want to know. But sometimes when I'm in bed staring at the ceiling, I think about those boot prints circling our tents. The way they just stopped. And I wonder if whoever left them is still up there waiting for someone else to unzip the tent all the way.